Hello, hello, welcome back to Stella Lugo's channel. Today, in The Art of a True Gentleman, we have something special for you. We will be taking a journey into the world of a remarkable English artist. Good morning, Alan.
Good morning.
We are in this
A perfect day
a
again.
perfect
Yes,
day,
yes,
yes,
yes, yes,
completely sunny today.
yes. Everyone's happy.
Yes, yes. Thank you, Alan, for having me here again. And I want to tell you, Alan loves myths, and this sculpture is inspired by Greek mythology. Alan, what is the name and what does it represent?
That is the Minotaur, the bull from the underworld. Goes back to Knossos and the Cretans. And they had under their palace a labyrinth. It's interesting that you should ask these questions, because the first thing that people ask me is, what's the name of the thing? Meaning, what is it about? So give me a clue into it. Um, and it's they don't realise that it's very hard for an artist to think in words rather than in what they're doing. What I'm trying to do in this is to paint a landscape of my mind, in my mind.
Yes.
And when I called it um, the the bull dancer, or the bull dancer is actually what's in my mind when I do it. I'm thinking of the story of Theseus going um, into the labyrinth.
Oh, we're going to watch it. Okay?
That's lovely. That was rather important because it gave the impression that the head had gone into the heavens. It had gone up above. It was above the earth. It became something up in heaven somewhere. That was the idea. For all his struggle, his head goes up and up and up into the heavens. After his struggle with the bull of Minos, the underworld, he's the underworld, or the unconscious. It's the dark side. And the two things are one. The bull and the man are the same thing, really. They've got their, we've both got all got our evil side, and we've all got our good side. And sometimes the good side's evil, and sometimes the evil side's good, because that's what we are, creatures that have come out of the dark and are trying to achieve the lightness and brightness of the sky and so on. That's the idea behind it. I've got some drawings here which I did about 1966. I see they were, which were the original story, and that's the work I did that time ago, which was silk screen printing, which I used to teach to the children quite often because it's a nice simple thing. And I used the story of King Minos and the bull dancers, which is a very old story, but a very wonderful one. I always think, where they had to take a dozen girls and a dozen boys from Athens, and they had to be sacrificed to the bull at Knossos. And when they went to Knossos, they were trained to dance in the bull ring with the bulls, and the bulls charged them, and they had to do leaps and somersaults over the bull's horns, off the bull's back, to stay alive. And it was a wonderful story because it seems to have um, such a what's the word? It goes such resonance with what life is really like inside us. We have to struggle with the ancient impulses to rise above it, and that's really what I was trying to do in this sculpture of mine. I tried to not to use any paint on this one. I tried to do it all with the basics of the building this, which was the string and the wire and the shapes that you could make in the air. Um, and in that, I wanted to give the chaos, but the coming order that your mind can put on chaos until you rise up to thoughts of heaven and the sky above. that's, that's that's more or less the idea of the thing. The actual doing it is takes a lot longer, and doing a little story about it. So, I must say.
Thank you, Alan.
So
Exactly.
I'm telling you what's in my mind at the moment.
Yes,
It's
exactly.
never exactly the same because that's very difficult for people who work in words to understand the mind of an artist. Because when I look at it, it means 100 different things to me. But it's really about the it's one of the psychological archetypes that Jung
Mhm.
um, suggested that's in the human mind, and this is the one of good fighting evil, and
Mm.
it's told it occurs in Greek myths. In fact, a lot of the work I do is based on the Greek myths because the Greeks had got a big grasp on the human mind, so that their myths reflect what is actually going on in our mind.
Okay, okay. Thank you for your explanation. Yes, it's more clear now, I
Yes,
think.
but
Yes,
it's really for them to judge what it's about.
yes,
Just
it's
because
true.
I say it's true, it's not true.
Yeah, yes, it's your story.
That's right.
It's
Yes,
your
yes,
story,
yeah.
no the
That's what's in my mind when I'm doing it. Yes,
exactly no is inspired in Greek mythology, but no means is their story.
you know,
Is your story.
yes, yes. That's right.
Okay,
It's
then
my story.
thank you everyone for joining us for this incredible artistic journey. Before we say goodbye, take a moment to admire some of the Alan's captivating pieces. I leave you with the image.